Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to talk on the most important part of this semester, that is the last part of this semester, that is soft skill. Into that we have unit number 3, that is non-verbal communication. Before going to start this chapter, we must know some basic skills, that is LSRW. It means listening, speaking, reading and writing. These are the fundamental skills required to improve your communication skill. Before we going to start non-verbal communication, we must know what is communication. Communication is an exchange of thoughts, feeling, expression, information one person to another person. It may be more than two person. Simultaneously we can forward our message in group, in mass. So communication is nothing, it is an exchange of your expression, feeling, knowledge, information, whatever you have, you can exchange, you can make communicate, you can forward your information to another person. So let's see, if we talking about the kinds of communication, there is the two kinds of communication. One is verbal communication and another one is a non-verbal communication. In verbal communication we can be classified two. Number one is oral and written communication. In non-verbal communication we have different kinds: gestures, postures, body language, kinesics, distance, graphics, signs, symbols, your expression. It is known as non-verbal communication. For example, if you are on the way and at the square you come across the signal, if we get the red signal, we by default stop there. Red signal indicates to stop, green signal indicates to go ahead, or yellow indicates to look and go ahead. So this is a sign or signal, indicates it is a non-verbal communication. Graphics also, on the way we have different kinds of directions and nameplates, or it may be there are some number of grocery shops or different kinds of shops, there are nameplates. We will read the nameplates and we go whatever we want. If you want to go to medical, then you will go to medical shop. So this is a non-verbal communication. Without any action it will take place. So let's see what are the kinds here. There are broadly two types of communication. One is verbal and non-verbal. Verbal communication refers to spoken and written communication. Verbal communication refers to spoken and written communication, and non-verbal communication signifies the body languages that includes postures, gestures, facial expression, eye contact, so and so forth. I have already discussed, that is the sign, symbol, graphics. This is also kind of non-verbal communication. I will give example of a patient. If you visit to the patient in the hospital and you have carried a bouquet and you just offered the patient, and offer will put a smile on her face or his face, that is known as a non-verbal communication. Another example is if baby is crying, the mother will know he needs her mother. So that is a kind of non-verbal communication. Let's see. An effective act of communication makes use of both verbal and non-verbal aspects. So in effective communication require both things, verbal as well as non-verbal communication. If you show the happiness or enthusiasm on your face, definitely your students or your audience will be happy. If you are looking bored, your appearance is bored, then it reflects in audience also. Let's see. When a baby cries without using any language, the mother can spontaneously understand its needs. When your teacher has a serious expression on her or his face, you can understand that she or he means business. So he has some problem in his or her mind, That's why it reflects on his or her face. Let's see. You can also communicate what is in your mind by raising your hand, nodding, coughing, or by rising from your chair. So these are kind of different parts, different kinds, that is a non-oral communication. You may raise your hand if you have any doubt query. You can raise your hands. If you understand, you may nodding yes yes or no no. Coughing, it may be sometimes be coughing or rising from your chair. All these are instances of non-verbal communication. You can use your eyes, head, facial expression, postures to enhance your communication. Use your eyes. If you raise your eyes, it may be anger. If you look cheerful, it will reflect also cheerfulness. Head, it may be nodding, agreeing, disagreeing. Facial expressions and postures to enhance your communication. Your body language and your attitude shows how you are behaving with others. Let's see. During communication, one must not only use non-verbal cues but also note non-verbal responses of the receivers. For instance, when people are bored, they may yawn in the midst of a serious lecture. If they are excited or exhausted, they may clap or whistle. This signal offers valuable feedback to the sender of the message. This is very important. It happens in the classroom situation. Sometimes teacher is in the flow of teaching. He is going to ahead and putting more and more points to the students. Students are getting bored, but the good teacher will recognize the expression of the students and he will stop there. So this is a kind of the method, this is a kind of the skill which is required in the communication. It is not only in a formal communication but also in a general communication. It is useful to us. Here are some important points related to the non-verbal communication. Let's see. You also need to be aware of cultural differences. We are coming from different cultures. We have different culture in home, in state, in district, in region. Every region has its own culture, or every country has its own culture. It reflects in communication, in communicative approach. You also need to be aware of cultural differences and when using or interpreting body language. For instance, shaking the head while speaking or listening to someone speak, which is widely understood and accepted in Indian culture. This is a very great example of non-verbal communication. If someone is talking to you and you will nodding your head, yes, I am agreeing with you, yes, yeah. This is a kind of Indian culture. It is not used in other cultures and it is therefore likely to cause of confusion. While eye contact, facial expressions, body postures or body language, gestures and dress are obvious non-verbal communication cues, or it is options, or it is kinds. Others that strongly influence interpretation of messages include the tone, volume and pitch of speakers. Why? This is very important. What was the tone, what was the volume and pitch? If person is happy, if it is exhausted, he will happy, then it will expression is different kind. If it is angry, then tone will be very raised. For example, if I ask to someone else, if what is your name, the student will give its answer. My name is so and so forth. Here tone is a raise. This is not formal, it is not smooth tone, so it is also different kind meaning will be getting by the receiver. When you meet a friend after many, so let's see, verbal and non-verbal communication may occur together. For instance, when you meet a friend after many years, you may shake hands warmly and ask her or him, where have you been? It means verbal as well as non-verbal communication has been used simultaneously here, shaking hand and as well as asking the question. Non-verbal communication does not use words. Remember, this is question will be asked in the examination. Non-verbal communication does not use words. It has five broad components: kinesics, proxemics, chronemics, paralanguage, and appearance. Non-verbal communication does not use words. It has five broad components. How many components? There are five broad components. One is kinesics, second one is proxemics, third one is chronemics, fourth one is paralanguage, and last one is appearance. Let's see one by one. First one is kinesics. Kinesics involves gestures, postures, facial expression, body language, etc. Gestures means how to use your hand position. Postures mean how to stand, how to shrug your heads and your shoulders, stand straight, sit straightly, sitting position, standing position. This is known as just postures, and gestures means your movements of your hands. Facial expression, we know in Kathak, in different kinds of dancing, there is a different expression. This is a facial expressions. Bharatanatyam also having different kinds of expressions. Body language. If we are angry, then your body will be different kinds. If you are happy, it will be different kinds. Gestures like shaking a fist to show anger. Sometimes we get anger. At that time, we will do gestures like shaking a fist to show anger, nodding one's head in agreement, etc. Yes, I am agreeing with you. We will nod your head. Denote specific messages. However, not all gestures have specific meanings. Many gestures are abstract and may not carry any specific meanings. Postures reflect your body positions. Postures means how to stand or sit, or we use our body, our attitude of your body language. Let's see. And they add to the communication process by reflecting your state of mind and attitude. For instance, a straight, erect posture conveys your confidence. If you sitting very normal way, then you do not have any more confidence with you. On the other hand, a discouraged, tired and worn out person can be identified by his or her dropping shoulders and protruding stomach. Eye contact is also an important element. Remember friends, after your graduation, you will going to appear an interview. It requires your eye contact. If you looking at other person and question has asked by other person, this is not proper way to make an eye contact. It reflects your confidence, your happiness, your enthusiasm. All the things reflect in your eye contact. It shows confidence to the others. Looking straight into the eyes and saying something signal trust and truthfulness. This is very important. If you are true, you are great, you have confidence with you, you are showing your trust to others and truth. This is a reflection through your eye contact. Let's see. One's eyes can express focus, receptiveness or distance. Eyes are the biggest feedback market for a sender. Eyes are biggest feedback marker for sender. This is a very important part of our an objective exam, objective kinds of exam. Eyes are biggest feedback marker for a sender. Your eyes reflects you have understood or not. It reflects through your eyes. So that's why you should read eye contact of receivers, and you may stop or you may ahead in the classroom situation, also in the meeting, formal or informal. If the eyes of the recipient were a blank expression, the message has probably not been received or comprehended. There is a problem of understanding and comprehension of receiver. You have used higher language, that's why it could not get by the receiver. So this is a kind of non-verbal use, that is the kinesics.